wish to be part of a television studio like this or any other media system, or already part of any media system, want to enhance a new set of skills? Welcome to School of Journalism New Media Studies. Here in the School of Journalism New Media Studies, we are offering program for all set of people to learn and enhance their media skills. The vision of School of Journalism and New Media Studies is to generate a new set of professionals in the area of media and communication studies with understanding about role of media in the national development and global understanding. We offer innovative programs in the field of journalism and mass communication that sets the benchmark of high quality learning and teaching process at the national level. We offer these programs across the country with the help of our regional network as well as study center. Same manner, many of our programs are offered through online mode with a sophisticated learning management system. SOET offers programs from PhD in journalism and mass communication till certificate level. We have masters in journalism and mass communication. The eligibility is bachelor's degree, and we are introducing this program in 3 languages: Hindi, Tamil and English. Students from national and international students can join either through online mode as well as in the distance mode. We have
Namaskar. I welcome you all in this class of mathematics. So earlier in last few classes we have discussed basics of set theory. Now today we are going to start a new topic, functions. But before functions we will learn about quantity and interval. Very small things, but you need to know. We often use this terminology, and in mathematics, we can't use the terms very loosely as in literature or in other subjects. So in mathematics, each and every word has a meaning, and it is an exact science. So every word is defined, every terminology is defined, and accordingly we use them, and it has a meaning. So it may be very basic and simple to you, but initially we should discuss these things so that you may remember, and in future when we will use them, you will not be confused. So today we are going to discuss quantity and interval. What is quantity? So anything on which we can do the 4 basics operations of mathematics, that is addition, subtraction, multiplication and division, that is called quantity. So quantity are of different types, as we will see. anything on which we can use these 4 functions is called quantity. So, quantity may be classified constant quantity and then variable quantity. Now, again constant may be a fixed constant or it may be arbitrary constant. So, anything on which we are doing the basic operations of mathematics. So, if it is a constant in a problem, it does not change, then we call it a constant, it remains the same. It may be fixed constant such that any number may be 2 or pi, you know pi, or root 17 or anything like that. These are all constants, they are fixed constants. What about arbitrary constant? There may be constant and it may be a, b, c or alpha, beta, gamma, whose value may be determined in a problem, but it remains constant within the problem. So, they are called arbitrary constant. But there are quantity which are variable, because we can do operations on the variable quantity also, and the basic types in variables are constant, continuous variables and discrete variables. So, you know, you can there are many continuous variables such as time or maybe your BP. So, it varies. So, variables change in a particular problem, it may have any value and it changes. So, these are continuous variables, maybe temperature, height, weight. What are discrete variables? Discrete variables, these are not continuous, but still they change. Suppose runs scored in a match. So, it will change maybe 4 runs to 5 runs, 6 runs, 8 runs, but it cannot be 4.5 runs. So, it has a discrete value, maybe number of students in a class. So, this will take discrete value. So, all such variables are called discrete variables. Now, we will learn about interval. It is related to the variable, the quantity. So, it talks about its limit, its length. So, how do we define it? Interval is also a set. So, maybe you know R set of real numbers, we can represent it by a line minus infinity to plus infinity. Suppose a set I is there, which is a subset of real number where A and B such that A is less than B and A and B are element of I. So, we defined interval X is an element of R such that X is greater than A, but smaller than B. So, we also represent it as A, B. So, what happens in this? That for all x such that greater than A and smaller than B will be element of I. Here, as per the notation, A and B are not included in this set. So, it is called open set, open interval. Open interval. suppose A and B are element of R and A is smaller than B, then we represent I subset of R A comma B such that X is greater than A, but smaller than B. So, you can see that A and B are not element of I, because these are not included, but X is an element of I. So, suppose these are 2 points A and B. So, this will be interval where point A and B are not included, but greater than A and less than B is all included. So, it will have infinite many points in this interval. So, interval is an infinite set. It may be a finite interval, it is a finite interval because B minus A will be its length. So, if its length is finite, it is called finite interval, but it will have elements, infinite many elements. So, that you must understand that finite interval does not mean that it will have finite number of elements. Now, let us talk about closed interval. What is closed interval? Same thing, little difference. A and B element of R, A is smaller than B and say I subset of R, it is denoted by A comma B. You see these brackets, here you can see these brackets, these are small brackets which is denoted for open interval. This is a square bracket. So, square brackets are denoted for closed interval. So, it means that X is an element of I such that X is greater than equal to A, but less than equal to B. So, here you can see that A and B are also included in this interval, because X is greater than or equal to. So, even X equal to A will also be included in this interval, and less than or equal to B. So, B is also included. So, for all x are elements of I including A and B. A and B are also element of I. So, this is denoted by a square bracket. So, this is different between open interval and closed interval. Here on the real line, these points A and B will also be included in the closed interval. So, you can see that after from here onwards, we will simply write and change the brackets, and you will be able to understand that what are the elements or what are the points included in that interval. Now, similarly, we can see there can be left open and right closed interval. It is denoted, open is denoted by this bracket A and right close. So, it will be a square bracket. So, again A is less than B and I is defined as such that it is on R timeline or R line. So, x is greater than A, but less than equal to B. So, here you can see that A is not included, but B point is included in the interval. So, here A is not an element of I, but B is element of I. For the diagram, A will not be included, but point B will be included. Now, the on these lines there may be left closed and right open interval. Left closed and right open interval. So, it will be represented left close, so square bracket A and right open. So, it will be small bracket. So, we can define x is an element of R such that x is greater than equal to A, less than B. So, point A will be included, but point B will not be included. So, A will be element of I, but B will not be element of I. So, suppose we say that -3, 5 interval. So, -0, -3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, the interval is -3 is included. So, this will be included and then 5 will not be included. So, it will come. So, this is the interval, you see. Now, we define what is length of an interval. Let me remind you that interval is also a set, an infinite set, but it is a continuous set. So, a discrete set cannot become an interval. So, what is length of interval? Any interval A, B or maybe left close, right open or left open, right closed or both ends closed. The length will be equal to B minus A, whereas A is smaller than B.
Sir, wind up please. Time's up, wind up please.
Yeah. So, accordingly, you can understand, we will talk in next class that there may be finite interval and infinite interval. So, we will come to know in the next class that how we define our finite interval and infinite interval, and then we will come to the functions and type of functions. Thank you very much.